that they had sent me a chat message.
Huh.
So there's that.
Let's try this controller.
There are up to 12 people at a time. All right. So you guys will have probably noticed by now. We're in a different game today. A couple of reasons for this. I think the biggest is there's maintenance going on for Dual Universe. Second reason for this is I'm not exactly happy with Dual Universe right now. So we're going to treat today as a let's see if Horizon's multiplayer has been fixed in the 9 months since it's been out. It kind of look at the Hot Wheels cars, see if there's anything fun to do with that today. See if anything is actively changed for better or worse in this game. And just generally see kind of how things work. We're going to go over some of the changes with the lights that I've done. Just a lot of changes. Fun.
I do not remember how to make this game work for multiplayer.
It's the Xbox Friends app thing. I can send you another friend.
Yeah, but I tried to join you and it wasn't an option. Don't you need to create a convoy first or something?
Yeah, I did.
G.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
It does.
Well, I'm apparently in the convoy. Alright, well. I'm pretty much just gonna play whatever you pick, so.
Okay. See, what was the festival playlist for this week? I've already done them. It's a Dodge Super B and the Zenevo SQ1. I don't know if you're actually interested in either one of those. The twin mill is the.
I, at this point, will not be actively attempting to progress in this game. I'm just gonna race in races. So.
Let's get car.
For everyone else's record, Pete is disappointed. Pete had projects. Pete had plans.
So,
Pete started building a space station.
yes.
Pete's now
It was
depressed.
funny. Like, immediately as soon as we started building the space station, all the changes come out. Like they were waiting for us. So let me find a car.
What is he? Okay, one is rewind. Y is the button that I never ever press. Ever.
Do that. We'll do that and we'll go find like a dirt. So it's gonna be a B class dirt.
D class dirt. Got it.
So there was some stuff that came out in this Dual Universe. They're changing the schematics. I'm not super happy about the changes to the schematics and how they're going to work. Not a fan at all. Back up. So the way the schematics work right now is you have to go buy a schematic for every single game or every single item you want to make in the game. It's bulky, it's clunky. That's fine. But once you put the schematic in there, that system just works, right? It's, for the most part. There's some intricacies and some stuff that makes it slightly problematic. But for the most part, it works. And they have decided to do away with that system
400 yards.
and basically go to the system where instead of buying a schematic from the market has the master copies, and then they sell you a spare copy or like an intermediate copy, right? So the master copy allows you to burn these intermediate copies off, and then once you buy the intermediate copy,
At the roundabout.
you then have to spend time and money to build a consumable copy.
Roundabout. Take the third exit.
So depending on what you're trying to build, it may cost you, $1,000 for each one of these copies. They haven't actually set the pricing out, and we're guessing at this point because once again, Dual Universes announced massive sweeping changes without answering a lot of the questions we want answered. Which makes it incredibly difficult to do some stuff. So the problem with these consumable copies is that once you put them into a system, the system makes one item and destroys the schematic. So you have to load lots of these schematics at once. So if you want to make a run of 10, you have to put 10 schematics in. Well, the problem is that to get the 10 schematics, you have to copy the schematic that you purchased, right? Not a master copy, so you can't make permanent copies for other people. You can only make consumable copies for yourself. So you have to spend time and cash for each one of those to be able to do it in your pocket. Like there's not a machine or something that does this. You have to make the things in your copy or in your pocket. And I would assume that means that it's going to be some sort of limit where you can only make one of these element or one of these recipes at a time. And the higher tier it is, I'm sure the longer it's going to take and the more money it's going to take. So if you want to make XL containers, it already takes you 12 hours to make an XL container. But now you're going to have to make the schematic to be able to even put in there to even start the 12 hours. So now you're going to have, another hour or however long added on top of it. It's a disaster and a mess. So I am not happy about these changes. I don't like having to play a mini game where every time I want to go build an XL container, I'm going to have to make a package for it or make a schematic for it. Go find the XL container assembler and input the number of schematics in there of the items that I need, right? It's a trivial mini game that doesn't need to happen. It's that I have never seen in any other factory building game ever. Like this is a horrible freaking mini. And I'm not happy about it. And if it goes in that way, at this point, I'm done with Dual Universe. I can't. I'm not going to sit there and I don't need another job. Or I don't need to be forced into buying multiple accounts and multiple alts, because we're already having, like, I'm already running 3 accounts. He's running 2 accounts. I know people that are running 10, 12 accounts. Like, I know people that are running massive amounts of accounts just to try and get enough ore to be able to power their factories. So what they're trying to do with this is make large single player factories obsolete. And of course, there's people like, and don't get me wrong, like if you get next to a massive factory, there's a bunch of lag, there's problems with the server, there's all kinds of issues. But instead of fixing the problems with the server and fixing the problems, those issues, they're basically just saying, screw it, we'll just limit it and make it where things can't run very, very fast. So we'll artificially limit it, and it's just, it's going to be horrible. So instead of making the server run better or making figuring out some way to make stuff run more efficiently, they've just decided, well, we'll just hamstring the manufacturing. And then I'm sorry, but like people like SVBA or SVEA, Gachar, Hanjo, Secret Hanjo, and he just basically, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh shit. Because I was like, Hanjo was already kind of getting frustrated with the game and thinking about leaving. And I was like, that he's done. Like, that's like, because there's no way that he'll be able to keep this stuff in check. And they're talking about like making stuff like honeycomb needing this treatment. Like, so at that point you're killing Honeycomb Central. At that point, it's the whole thing's a mess. So at that point, the amount of frustration that I'm going to get by playing Dual Universe is no longer worth my money. I highly recommend, and I always tell people to do this. If you're not happy with something, the best way to get a company to listen to you is to vote with your wallet. If you do have a subscription and you're not going to pay, or you're not going to play the game after now with that, I highly recommend going into your account, canceling your account, and specifically putting the reason in is for the schematic changes. That's what I did with all of my alts. It's just, the uproar on the thing is, you have people that are like, oh, hey, this is BS. You're freaking killing the fun out of the game, because they're sucking the fun out of the game. I don't understand why NQ doesn't want us to play the game. I'm getting close. I'm still waiting to see what the actual changes are going to be. But if I have to go around and input stuff every couple of days, I'm not looking for another mini game. I will go play. I have too many other space games that I can control the server, so I don't have to do stupid shit like that. The mining unit mini game is enough of a job. I don't need multiple jobs. I play games to have fun. I play games to escape. I don't play games for a second or third job. So at this point, if those changes go into effect, I don't know if I'll return. Mr. Caniso, how you doing this morning? We can do this too. These are still in. Oh, what? That's not helpful. A sec. I have been disconnected.
So you didn't even get the win?
No. I just my Streamlabs get disconnected.
Okay.
So, yeah. Let me try that again. Ah. Okay. Oh, I didn't change that back to me, so it does that for anybody. So I've changed some stuff into the game or into the chat bot here, so we can do stuff like red here, and it causes everything, all the lights in the background to turn red. It changes them and it queues them up, so they stay that way for it's a couple of minutes, I think. Some of the colors are worse than others. If you know how to spell weird colors, so it will queue those up. But I'm trying to get stuff to change. So you see now it's all pink. Now it goes back to purple. So today we're just kind of checking on Forza. Trying to see if for the most part,
In 200 yards, turn left.
and then if you do have a lot of points
Turn left.
into for Twitch points, you can actually change all the colors for. Oh, I can't. I think it's like 10 minutes. I think you can change the colors for. And then there's a box that you can actually change the default colors of all the lights, but it's a few points. I don't. It doesn't seem to have worked for that one. I don't know what color that is.
I'm disappointed.
Oh no, something changed. Oh, violet. But you have to do it's exclamation. It's a command. Because if not, if it triggered off yeah, there you go, nice blue color. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm probably gonna look at seeing if I can get some LEDs, at least maybe behind my TV or something. I don't want like actual flashing lights directly in my eyesight, but I think I could put them behind my TV and have them reflect off the wall. That might be okay. or try to get something so that the glow will come from in front of me. So it will change the color a little bit easier, make it easier to see. That's why I kind of turn these things down a little bit. But if I turn them down another click, and I kind of turn a little yellow. I don't know, maybe that's a little bit better. As we work it out, we'll have to figure out what you guys think. It's all testing right now, trying to figure out what we can do with stuff. Trying to figure out which
I need to change some of my settings real quick.
what do you need? How much time do you need, Pete? Like, we can do different cars if you want.
No, I need to change some of the game settings. I turned on the resolution scaling to try and make this a little easier in the PC.
Oh, okay.
Run it a little high quality. And there's distortions with the lights that are fucking with my head. So I need to change that real quick.
I was trying to get my video card on there also. Depending on how this stuff goes, if the lights are a hit and people really like the lights, I will look into doing my PC RGB also. Right now, I have single color RGB in my PC, so it's all purple because I bought single color purple lights. But all I need is basically like 2 strips. Actually, if I just did these 2 strips inside the PC, it would probably do what I'm trying.
Okay, apparently my settings change required a restart. But instead of it going, would you like to restart now or later, it was just, and restart.
And Pete has left the car. So I may be able to just put a couple of LED strips in, because I have a purple LED strip that runs through here and another one that runs through up here. So I may be able to just take some LED strips like the ones back there and basically put them into the computer. I would just have to figure out a place to put the controller and the power plug. But I have grommets in the back that can run stuff through. So maybe I'll look into doing that. I don't think I'll need a lot in there. And then eventually in the back, because I basically have 4 rows. I'm going to change those so there's a way I can do a scene where I can have it like fade from like one color to another or stuff back there. It's cool. It's a neat little program. Probably wasn't the best thing to do. No, it's back.
Alright, can you re-invite me?
Alright, I re-invited.
Alright. Let's hope this is slightly less brain messing.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm a firm believer in voting with my wallet, and if a company does something that I'm not happy about, I'm not going to continue to pay them to play the game. I don't play Eve Online because I don't like the PvP. I don't like the way that that uh, what is it, CCP or whatever it is. I don't like the way that they
X is the join button.
basically, we're like, oh, we're gonna enable people to be bullies in this game. I don't like PvP. It's not fun. It doesn't bring out the best in people. Um, so I'm not gonna support E for that reason. And if the only reason I'm playing Dual Universe is for a factory game, and I'm already making uh, you know some exceptions for from a normal factory game to be able to play that one. I just it's hard for me to go down that path further, and it's hard for me to go down that path further and try to make more and more exceptions. And I understand it's an MMO. I get that. I get that it's an MMO, but I don't understand what I don't understand where they're trying to fit the game. Like I don't know. At some point you have to strike out on your own, and it seems like they're so worried about trying to make an Eve clone that can where you can build your own ships. Oh, sorry.
Oh, good. We both end up through the checkpoints.
I was like that. I'm like that checkpoint is awful close.
Good news, I didn't entirely benefit, just mostly.
Um. So I don't understand what they're trying to do, what their expected outcome is. And if you're trying to make a sandbox for players, then make a sandbox. Right now, they're yelling it's a sandbox, and then they're treating it like a playpen. Because and I understand you have to have some rules on your sandbox. I get that. Like, can't have a true sandbox. Like, there's too much. But with the Alioth exchange, and yeah, the Alioth exchange, like, I can kind of see that that there's a use for that, and how it would be good, and it can bring players together. But at the same time, instead of giving those tools to the devs, they should have made those tools available to owners of a city, right? They should have allowed, give the players those tools. If you want to allow people to sell stuff easier, then allow us to sell stuff in the exchange. There's other ways to do it, and it's not that they want the players to come together and to work together and to build stuff and to trade stuff. It's that they want all the players to be in one place at a time, so that they can generate conflict and generate headlines like EVE Online. That's the whole, and that's what it feels like. And whether that's true or not, I don't know. These are my opinions and my feelings, and me complaining that the game that I love just had a massive change to it. I I just I think it's funny. Me and Pete have been literally just head in the sand, ostriches, freaking about the wipe, and we could care one way or the other less about the wipe. and we knew that there may be a schematic change coming, and we knew they were working on something, but they basically are releasing it, and then like a week later, they said it's going to be soon. They're going to put this change in, so it's kind of out of nowhere. So. And I think it's a much worse system. I think it's a much bulkier system, and that's not what we. Oh, look at you! You need to be That's a fun little ship. That little truck too, especially if you can get a supercharger on it. It makes nice little whiny noises. I'm just gonna keep just slamming see what kind of crap I get in the oh, I got the funeral march horn. And 20K. Because I want to say the problems we were having was trying to like entering races and stop showing me that.
Everything about the co-op in this game was buggy and would constantly disconnect. And then there's the fact that I spent, what, 8 hours building a race to have it never work?
Yeah.
To
I
which I'm
wonder if
not
they made
even
it
going
work.
to bother trying that one.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just
it'd have
not
to.
doing it again. Ever. Like, the experience of that one's already been set. It's terrible.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They may have made some changes to it because there's some crazy shit coming out of that now. But
Right, but I doubt they will have retroactively gone back and fixed everything that's broken.
yeah, it would be nice.
So, I spent time on it, it's broken, and it's probably going to stay that way. So,
Well, the other side too is trying to go into. We would have to be spending a lot more time on this than that. I really wanted to just kind of check touch base and see if the multiplayer is actually functioning, if this is a valid option to fall back on, if the fun is still there. Me and my fancy extra light graphics. And I did build these liveries, so I've got the extra light livery on most of the most of the cars I race on regular uh, most cars that I've raced on for events and stuff like that. I try to get the extra light stuff set up for it. It's not super hard once you kind of get the I would say template, but you can't really make a template. Once you have the vinyls made and the colors that you want, it's pretty quick. I can set up another car in minutes. Give me a run for my money in this one, Pete. max action there. But yeah, so I'm gonna be looking probably this afternoon. We have a couple of other games that we've been kind of back burnering. So I'm gonna take some looks this afternoon. See see what we can come up with. Find something to progress forward. Unfortunately, like it sucks because Dual Universe is a fun game. The community is amazing, but I am not trying to play a game to just frustrate the shit out of me. And I don't think people want to watch me every day go through all the stuff in my building and try to, uh, figure out, play which box run out of schematics. So I know it sounds like I'm kind of picking on the game a little bit, and that's not really what I'm trying to do. I'm just explaining what's going on and why. So if you guys do have other ideas for games, we're probably gonna be looking at O'Brien, uh, uh, Imperium Galactic Survival. What other ones? Icarus. I had a whole list of things that I kind of put together.
I know
So our
sometime
size,
soon Icarus will have dedicated servers, and I'll be
yeah,
able to throw a mission on a server or an outpost on the server and just run my own server.
yeah.
So
Then we'll just be
that's
able
a
to
thing
play.
coming.
So yeah, Cyrus New Dawn, Icarus, Aborian, Empyrean, Galactic Survival, FH22, which we never really gave a good look at FS22, mostly because we're kind of waiting for mods and stuff to kind of come out.
Yeah, I
Um,
still need to get that game.
Funny you should mention that, because I'm not saying I have that game, uh, but oh,
Yeah, I know, it's been sitting there the whole time.
there's this.
Race
It's
is
an
done.
FS22 Collector's Edition. Never opened it. That whole freaking shit show with Best Buy.
You realize, though, that if you end up playing 22, you're gonna have to get yourself a hat that you can put the light on so you can have the light on your head.
Yeah, but it's
Like a
corded.
hard hat. Sorry?
But it's corded.
We can
If there
fix
was
that.
if there was some extra life donations, I could probably do that. There have to be extra life donations for that though.
I'm sure I could build you and ship you a wireless USB yellow hard hat that you could plug over, or connect to your computer, and it would do the work. Hell, I already know how I do it.
Yeah.
USB TCP implementation.
Well, my next question is the and I need to break it out to be able to do it to figure out if it would work. Is to see if I can get the yellow blinking strobe to function with LumaStream.
What the thing?
Yeah,
Compliance
to
thing.
find out if the orange hub would work for it. I don't know how it's actually connected or how the computer knows. And so far, I haven't seen anybody that's gotten it to work in anywhere except for FS22 and the Google searches and stuff that I've done.
Remind me after stream, and I'll see if anyone's thought about trying to communicate with it as if it's a USB gadget.
Yeah, I'm sure it's possible. If FS22 can do it, you just need to build the interface or have an interface to basically simulate that input. Because whatever the input is, all you have to do is you basically be able to send the command to it, be able to address it, and you do it.
Look, all it's going to be is going to be a USB interface to provide power and data lines. The other end will probably be some sort of Raspberry Pi or Arduino or microcontroller implementing the USB protocol. Hopefully they're smart enough to go with, again, something that implements USB gadget, something that can be easily defined in software. And then just, it takes a binary blob of data. Hell, if I really wanted. I don't know if you have one, probably not. You could just sit down with an oscilloscope, log all the data, information, send it to me, and I could, sit there and reverse engineer the protocol. It's not like
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's just trying to figure out what buttons to send. Because I'm sure it's just a turn on, turn off. Like I don't think it's anything massive. And hell, all it does in FS22 is just turns on your strobe. You turn your beacons on for your tractor, which I'm sure sounds like an amazing, fun thing to do, but probably would be annoying as shit in actual reality.
So I was saying we should get you an orange hard hat and put it on the hard hat. Then it looks silly, and it lights up.
I
Then
think.
again, with dogs, maybe a hard hat's not a good idea.
Well, then you're looking
Scrap
at
the
the.
hard hat idea.
I don't know. Figure out something. I said we're just trying to figure out some stuff, some ideas. Like I was putting together ideas for Dual Universe for Extra Life. I don't know the status of that right now. Oh, I got another Super D.
Oh, I got a car. Okay. That's nice. Oh, I got 1,000 credits. That's
That is
nice.
different. Oh,
Did it change your car on you?
no, gave me the. This is the one I already had. But usually when you get the same car again, it's like, hey, do you want to give this away? I didn't do that, and I was part.
Your game's glitched out. You're driving the correct car on my end.
Oh no, I'm still driving that car.
Oh, okay.
I'm still driving the Mini Cooper.
Oh, okay. So when I'm far away, you're driving a stock Mini Cooper. When I get nearby, it loads your one up.
Yeah, I think it does that to help rendering and stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
All right. You oh, this is actual those are cross country. So yeah, so we're kind of looking at trying to figure out what to do. Um, a lot of it's what's gonna be fun, what's gonna try to do something good for the channel. Obviously, I thought Dual Universe did great stuff for the channel. We made some movement. We had some people come in. Dual Universe is doing good for the channel, but I'm not gonna do frustrations, and I would rather have fun. He'd have fun, and us have a good time instead of being frustrated. Uh, like I'd rather have a good time and have fun, and not the channel not do as well, instead of the channel doing well and me just not loving life. That's why we don't play Fortnite.
I'm gonna say something that I didn't think I was gonna say, but here we go. If we end up in the next week or two uninstalling the universe, I'd be willing to give Star Citizen a try.
So
That's with everything that's going against it already.
yeah.
Because I was enjoying space games.
Oh, I was having a
Well,
blast with it. I was having a massive good time with it.
and I don't feel that I could go back to space games.
Yeah, I would you know I had the thought of trying to basically finding a high speed, low count uh, processor core and trying to build a server specifically for that. Uh, but I was afraid that even by doing that, we would still run into the same problems. So it's really
Well,
not.
the problem's not the computer. The problem is the software. The dedicated service for space is crap. The single player has gamers better performance than dedicated server. And that should never be. A single player client should never work better than a dedicated server.
Yeah,
Never.
I was halfway tempted to really give Empyrean a go. Because Empyrean's really the only game on that list that I haven't played. Like I have Empyrean, I've had Empyrean for a very long time. I never really played it because uh, the factory building wasn't there.
And that's why I didn't touch it. Because the factory building wasn't there.
Yeah, and well, and to Empyrean's, you know, I guess credit, at least they come out and said, yeah, that's not what we want to do. That's not not the focus of this game. Uh, that's not what we're trying to do. And like I don't want to make the game into if the developers have a vision and it doesn't include that, that's fine. At least they come out and said, hey, that's not what we're doing. Instead of having people just kind of begging and pleading and him and Han. Well, we might add factory building. That's usually what developers will do is, well, we might add that. We could look into that. Because people don't ever want to say no because they're afraid that they'll lose the Sony won't buy their game. But I would rather, if I was developing a game, I'd rather somebody that didn't want to play the game, didn't buy the game, and didn't badmouth it, than somebody, getting their $10 and then, all the negative press from them going, well, they said they were going to add this and they never did. Um, so yeah, so that's the big problem with Empyrean. I would love like Planet Crafter, um, but Planet Crafter is single player, and the devs have basically come out and said it's a single player experience, and they don't plan on adding multiplayer, but they'll look into it. Um, but like I
Astro
don't want to
Colony.
start going down the Planet Crafter route and then multiplayer never being added. I'm sure somebody will mod it because that seems to be a lot of people doing that lately.
Yeah. Astro Colony hasn't yet started with multiplayer
Yeah.
um, betas, so that's not something we can go take a gander down. Tectonica, well,
Yeah.
that's not even available yet, so that ain't an option.
Yeah, that their beta is supposed to start soon, I think.
Yeah, they're doing they're doing it in waves and limited influx in each wave, so yeah. Alright,
Okay,
I'm
does
gonna
that?
change the car that I drive around outside of races. Because yeah, at the moment it's been borrowing whatever car you've got. Because yeah, I just
Okay. Just can't be bothered.
well, I don't have any cars in whatever class and category that is. So
Oh well, you should have said so.
I just figured you'd eventually change it up, and I was just driving.
Tell me what you want to drive and give me and I'll just go do that because I probably have cars for it.
I don't care. I mean, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's kind of a we're in kind of a meh place today, um, because it's just it's just a meh. Um, because unfortunately, with the we put a lot of eggs
200
in
yards.
that basket,
Turn left.
and we're kind of knee jerk reacting to it. Um,
Which means we're being no different to the developers of
200
the game
yards.
because they make
Turn
knee-jerk
right.
reactions to everything.
yeah, but the problem is the
200
amount
yards.
of data that we get from them, and the way some of the stuff is announced, and some of it's put out. It's
200 yards. Turn
the
left.
communication is not very good.
Turn left.
They are horrible at
400
communication,
yards. Turn right.
um, and trying to let people know what's going on, and the
Reconnect.
way that they announce some stuff.
200 yards.
The Lua
Turn
changes.
right.
Like the Lua changes turned out to be pretty good. Um, you know, uh, and helpful, but even going back and looking at the way it was announced, it was just announced so bad. Like the Lua changes were literally announced by a side comment in like an FAQ post. Like it was
You have
such a
arrived at your destination.
bad way to do things. Street car. I haven't driven this. This should, so the Lua changes when they came out were just kind of like, oh hey, by the way, we're gonna fix this, and when we do, it's gonna break everything. Whoa, what? And then so it was just kind of such
Oh,
a not good way to do it. And this kind of came out of the blue as the same way of, hey, when we did this, a lot of people were mad and a lot of people left the game, so we're going to change it and alter the way that things go differently. So basically, it looks like pretty much any end product is going to require one of these consumables. It's just not a good plan. I don't think. I don't know. Having a factory with something that I have to manually insert into an automated factory completely does away with the reason for automation.
this will be interesting. Stock
You,
Sandman versus
I like everybody's got the line sideways.
I'm Sunday driving here.
SVP on SVP crime.
And if only this thing had non-stop tires on it, it might actually be able to function.
And mine's kind of the same way. Like, it'll turn a little bit, but with a throttle peg and trying to turn, the rear is just like, I want to go that way. It's a drift truck.
Whereas this thing's functioning like an unguarded missile. It's moving in speed and it's moving in a direction and you ain't changing it.
I'm gonna need right rear quarter pound. That side of the bed is. Man. But this thing's like four-wheel drive.
Well, I'm managing to keep a nice, reliable 6-figure in a vehicle that has no business doing this. So that's good. If the next race is going to be in the same category, I might change the tires.
Well, we can.
If it's not going to be the same vehicle, I won't bother.
You can change it if you want. I have a bunch of vehicles. We can change stuff up.
Oh, I'm just merely saying that if we end up in a situation where I use the Sandman again, I probably want to have changed the tires by that point.
You're 501, you're way down. I was 585, 5.
Yeah, race didn't go too badly.
Then I had this weird thing last night where, for some reason, like all the trees were glitching out, and they looked like they had like multi-colored foil on them.
Okay.
Until they got to about like that bush there. Like once they got to about maybe this close or so, they would turn into the actual texture. But everything in the distance looked like multicolored like foil trees. Like you know that prismatic like foil like you get for like wrapping paper and stuff. Really.
Sorta, yeah. Give me a quick second. This. Just changing the tires and this takes it from C501 to C59A.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it's just getting a tire change then. Oh, shit. Basket install. I think it's about to time out. Back. Yep, didn't have time. You'll have to re-invite me to the convoy now.
What? All right.
Well, I was
So that's
in the shop menu. Like I said I was.
Oh, I thought you would come out.
Ooh.
It was my fault, but it still should kick you out of the convoy.
Shouldn't. Does. You know. Alright. But this just falls back on decisions that, you know, if somebody other than, you know, these development teams are asked about them, they'd go, no, why the hell would you do that?
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like one of the comments that somebody made about the proposed changes for the schematics was like, do they actually play the game? Like, do the people that come up with these changes, do they actually play the game? You know, like because it's like they're not using the system. They're just like from a high level. It sounds like, oh yeah, this is a better system, like because you don't think people are going to be making a lot of those things. But like my biggest worry with it is what happens when it takes me 10 minutes to make a schematic for an item that takes 6 minutes to make. You know? Because then what's going to end up happening is just like the stuff that's, you know, smaller to make, like an extra small storage box or something. I'm going to have to make a schematic that then would take. It's going to make like 25 schematics at one time. Like it's just dumb. It's just an added step of frustration that doesn't need to be there.
Oh, and good luck after this convincing anyone to make warp beacons again.
Well, yeah, because like even then, like the warp beacon, you're gonna have to buy the. You're gonna have to
New
make a
device.
schematic, and the schematic's probably gonna cost you, 100,000. So all that's gonna happen is then that money is just passed on to whoever buys it, right? So now all the stuff in the game is just now it's got a bottom floor of this item will never be cheaper than this. Because like even to your friend, like if it costs me $1,000 to make a schematic, like even if I have all the other stuff, I'm still gonna have to get the $1,000 just to pay for the schematic.
I
So
mean,
now if you're
again, warp
trying to help your
beacons is an
friend out or
example.
trying to be nice and be a community member, you're losing money.
Yeah, again, using warp beacons as an example here. That was what, a multiple $100 schematic? Like,
Yeah, and
sorry,
yeah.
multiple $100 million schematic, or quantity schematic rather. How much more expensive is it going to be to make a copy of it? How much is it going to cost if someone to get the first copy to start with? Needing one
Well,
for every beacon's just going to explode in cost.
yeah. Well, supposedly the original schematic, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of cost there, because you're going to have to
Yeah, but
pay
like
like
I
a down
already said,
payment.
we don't get to have our originals anymore.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. We're going to have to redo all of them. So at that point, you're looking at having to buy the now intermediate copy again, which now means that all the schematics, the 600 schematics I have sitting in the box right now, waiting to build my new factory, that I've now decided to say, screw it, I'm not going to do that because it doesn't make sense.
mhm.
Um, the So that stuff is all like, okay, well, what do I do with that? And then more importantly, what's going to happen to these 600? It's literally over 1,000 schematics I have in that box. Like, do I get refunded? Am I going to get the money back for that, or is it oh, sucks to be you. Good luck with that. So
After this race, I'm going to check Discord and see what that message is.
you have another message, or the one I
Yeah,
sent you?
yeah. It's not an announcement message, or not rather a mention message, but it's got a red dot, and there are very few channels that'll generate those.
Well, it's either that or say the server maintenance may be done.
Yeah, but if the server maintenance is done, they'll release patch notes. It's a 4 hour, not a 1 hour, so it's a patch. It's not, just maintenance. Not how they roll.
Yep. And sorry for kind of railing on dual universe this morning. For those guys that come in for just Forza stuff, please stick around. If you guys have questions about Forza and you want to see a car, if I have it, I'll be glad to jump in it, go do bad things to it. Any suggestions you guys have for cars or types of races y'all want to see, throw them in there, and I'll do my best to see what we can do. But me and Pete, like, the whole meme of you were the chosen one, like, you know, I keep having that over and over and over again, and just a game that I thought was just going to be amazing, just literally kicks me in the teeth and laughs at me.
Fucking why?
Oh god.
Death sequence. You'll no longer respawn immediately upon death and now see a short fade out before your avatar respawn. This delay can allow you to see your ship exploding due to the incoming weapons fire. Fine. Upon respawn, you're now greeted with a "You have died" notification. You know, with the cause of death. So now, when you die, you have to wait even longer.
So basically, what happened is they made this animation that to show the core exploding, and nobody was going to get to see it. So now they've delayed your respawn so that you can see the death enemy or see the cool explosion. That's why that changed this game.
They added the DLSS. They changed how the market windows look now. So apparently the market interface changed. Settings pages got moved around. A lot of stuff has been fixed. Some crashes. Geometry fixes. Refuel tool now actually stops when your inventory is full instead of throwing an error. Oh, okay, here we go. Fixed reset properties to default behavior. You will need to redeploy and pick up non-cooperating elements once it's stuck.
Oh, good. That's gonna be like a day of my time.
So they didn't decide to drop the patch immediately on everyone. But still not going back tomorrow to it.
I'm gonna wait. Obviously my account I can't cancel my I could cancel my account, but it'd be dumb.
Alright, what's the next race?
Oh wow. Well, it seems like the forum post about the stuff I'm sure is now devolved into us against them freaking sort of conversation.
Oh yeah, it went to shit.
Well, the problem is you have two camps. You have people that think that it's needed for balance, and you shouldn't be able to make all this stuff by yourself. And then you have people that are hey, the only reason I play this damn game is to be able to build a factory. So if you take my factory away, I'm going to leave. And then you have people that basically want it to be EVE Online, and they're like, well, if you just want to play a factory game, then go play something else. Why is it okay for you to decide to make the game in your image, but if I want to have stuff that makes me happy put into the game, I'm a dickhead? Like, why is it okay for the PvP people to complain about PvP being more, but when the factory people complain that the factories are being nerfed, for us to be treated, our opinion be treated differently? Like, whatever the aspect of PvP, I don't stick my nose in the PvP stuff because I'm not interested in it. Like, that's not my focus. I'm fine with whatever changes the PvP people want for that, and okay, as long as they don't affect my happiness, as long as my factories or if a world changes to PvP or whatever, we have a far enough advance notice. Like that's all well and good. The problem is when I start trying to tell somebody else how to play their game. That's a problem. And the sad part is kind of one of the points I made with it was if you take all the people that are building factories and you piss them off and they all leave, you're not going to have any more. Oh, that was.
Sorry. Nope, missed it anyway. Never mind.
If you get rid of all the factory builders, Gotchar, Hanjo, and SVA, and all these massive people that are building everything go away, then it basically is just gonna kill the game. And really, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get people to sell stuff at the markets. They don't want Gotmart. They don't want SBA. They don't want these items or these places to exist where they're not controlling, they're not getting their taxes, and they're not pulling money out of the game. Because that's really what's happening.
Fucking player markets that they could have implemented these taxes.
Yeah.
Because that was the solution to this.
Well, the solution would be to take my market or my damn little market guys and make them tied to the overall market. Even if you have people basically it still have to go to my base to pick stuff up. Like, that's fine. Calvin, how you doing, my friend? You like that? What was that? You can change the colors of the lightings, my friend. Type exclamation point and a color.
But I'll have to wait 10 minutes for the green to wear off.
Oh, somebody just set the green? Or is that from me setting it earlier?
No, he set it green for 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so we have those. I will be adding more of those if I just kind of went with the defaults for now. But if somebody has question or has ideas or stuff like that, we can do flashes and all kinds of stuff too. Like obviously we haven't had a bunch of them today, but pretty much donations to like Extra Life and stuff like that. If you donate to Extra Life, all the lights will blink blue and flash, and it does all kinds of crazy stuff. So I've got it set up for like I set it up for a bunch of stuff like hype trains and things like that. Not that I get a lot of those because it's not my focus. Having that was. I don't know if I'll be able to catch this first place guy.
I don't know if you've been in it.
Seen him.
If you've been in it, that's gonna suck.
So I will. Oh, damn it.
Hey, Bender.
I cut the inside corner. So it is possible if you do exclamation point color. So the actual word color, spelled the American way. Then you can do that and then type in space teal and it will work. But what it does is it puts them all in a queue. There's some things that will jump to the beginning of the queue. Like if you spend, there's points to. So like right now it's green. If you spend like I think it's 10,000 points or something, it changes the default color. the default color will jump to the beginning of the queue, and then it will. So basically, it would take over the rest of the time for the green, and then if something was after it would add to that. And I'm gonna set it up. I have a couple more things coming. So in the back, the top row is one string, and then the other three are all another string. I'm gonna separate those three out. So if I do that, then I can actually have fades and trees and stuff go on back there. I need a different car key.
Well then, change your will.
A nice go mango kind of orange. Yeah, I just figured it was something else for people to be able to kind of do. It's just kind of it's more interaction. It's something to spend channel points on. If I can go over here real quick and where it is, there it is. Where's if I do like this? All right, I apologize beforehand, but I'm going to test this because I don't know how loud it is. So hopefully that's not too loud. Yeah. So that's the raid alert. So it causes all the lights to blink green and it sets off an alarm. I have all kinds of other ones. Like I have dance party ones that I'm trying to build one right now. Because my light up here, I have 3 lights in the ceiling, and I can control those individually for different colors. I'll be able to control the back wall, so I want to have it pulse different colors, and I'm trying to figure out how to do all that stuff and get it set up. We can do red. I didn't want it to be like angry, like I didn't want to be like, I don't know. I guess we can make it a defend the castle type alert. Uh-oh, dog ammo. I was gonna have another one changed for dog ammo. I actually was making one, but what? You think you deserve both of them? And he didn't get one. I was looking at that one, so sad. Like, why are you giving him one? I'm not in the space to try to go all stupid Pete with like S cars and.
That's fine.
I'm perfectly having fun with like. I don't know. I collect them. Why do I have a lot of this stuff in here? Like some of this stuff is just given away. Some of the Hararas are they're collector or the Forza edition ones. And so what I've been doing with the Forza edition ones. So yeah, so those are. Oh yeah, so these two are Forza editions. and then I just collect those for some reason. But some of those I don't give the extra life or logo cars away very often. So I try to reserve uh, those on cars that are like special. So the Forza Edition car, stuff like that, because that logo, I haven't let very many of them go. Yeah, I think I just collected them at some point. I don't know what happened. I'll end up giving them away. I'll have to go through it. Honestly, dude, we haven't even hardly even played this game in 9 months. Like we played it a bunch when it first came out. We played it a lot when it first came out. And then we just kind of took a break from it because the expansions hadn't come out. We had other stuff to kind of continue with. And then so I just log in every once in a while, throw my wheel spins, try to see which cars. We were hoping that you could give cars to specific people, but you can't. It doesn't allow you to do that. Even the few times that they have allowed to give a card to a specific person, it didn't allow you to give a specific card to a specific person. All it would do is allow you to go into the Forza con. Oh, he just left the con. Had a lot of fun with M8 mate lately.
Oh, I'm muted. There was no prompt. I've been sitting here staring at the screen.
Oh, goody.
So invite me again.
So, and then part of the thing was, and the other reason we left was because of this right here, where we were trying to get the multiplayer to play together and do things. So obviously, that not working still after 9 months, or still having problems, is not. Yeah, a lot of the stuff in this game, if you fiddle with it a bit, you can cause some chaos. I just haven't gotten into fiddling with it that much because the whole point of us playing this game was trying to get multiplayer convoys going, having people come in and race with us, and being able to give like specific cars away, stuff like that. So, like, don't get me wrong, you can kind of try to get a car to somebody, but it takes a lot of work and a little bit of luck. And like me trying to do it on stream would be incredibly difficult. Yeah, wear your seatbelts is a good plan.
Oh boy, I may have overshot a little.
No. Are you a lot higher PI than I am?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm at top end. So
Yeah, that'd be all right.
oh, that directed you for the inside line. Did I get it? Nope.
This car goes every direction except for where I could tell it to go. We got from the starting line and went to the right. It has a bunch of understeer. It's like it's understeer, 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 oversteer. And the only sad part about the well, it's good and bad, but the color pickers. I think if you do the big one where you can't where you pick the color, if you don't pick an actual color, I don't think there's a way I can reflect the points for it.
Yeah.
I may just have to set up a command that because I think I can set up a command that just gives channel points. That way, somebody does pick a color that doesn't work, I can always just go and change it to. The very white course. I keep taking these freaking high-powered straight line cars on it. It's not working out well for my feet.
Oh well. Yeah.
Which is
Just a
funny
minute.
because there's some other high-powered straight line cars on here that are doing pretty well. I can at least see first place this time. I can actually catch him. He's like, screw you, I'm out of here. All right. So if you guys didn't know, the playlist for spring, the Hotwheels Metro would be there. I did get one of those last night. And promptly made horrible plans with it. The only problem with this thing is its tires are like stupid, like bicycle tires, and you can't do anything to it.
I am escaping.
Yes, skipping.
So have any of the DLCs for this game dropped yet, or we're still
I
waiting?
know the Hot Wheels one drops in next Tuesday.
Hmm. So more Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I
If
know
they
there's
have,
a lot of people that are really upset about the whole. You brought Hot Wheels back. It's you did the same thing in 3, and now 5 has got Hot Wheels again. But really, like, you only have how many things can you really include in here? Like, how many like big other brands are you going to bring into Forza?
right, but problem is the DLC keeps being the same thing,
Yeah,
which I get there's a limited pool, but eventually, if they're gonna keep making the DLC the same thing,
yeah.
eventually
What?
you just go, well, we keep putting it in the game, and everyone keeps buying it, so let's just put the price up by $20 and have
Yep,
it there
pretty
from the
much.
get go.
I agree.
Hey, you know what they could do? Here's a crazy one for you. Like the crew has some interesting ideas. You know, with its
Ooh,
different race
I
types.
poke at that one
They,
too.
they could add air races and water races and I don't know, other things.
Yeah, but they're not going to do uh, those because then you're competing with the crew. And it's not that there's really any competition between the two. It's just then they're just following the crew, and they're not going to follow. Uh, and they're still trying to pride themselves, even though this is the arcade version of this, of trying to make it semi-realistic simulation type stuff. Because it came from Forza Motorsport. Oh, this may be
After
bad.
this race, I'll need to take a break. What C is it? Never
I think
mind.
it was
I
700.
didn't get to pick a car. I swear they've made that time shorter.
Yeah, uh, I may be having some problems. Just going back. Like,
Define problems.
I may have a drift car.
Oh, well, I guess we both of them then. Bond villains are coming.
Oh God.
I forgot I had that specifically set to fuck with you. Ooh.
Yeah, all this takes to slow down.
That's an oncoming vehicle.
This thing flips from under to over to under to over. That's an see in the trees. See, this would be
Yeah,
a
I was
place
in
for
the
one
trees,
place. Oh wait,
I was out of them.
what's that?
I was in the trees with them, and then I
Oh,
wasn't. Because somehow I managed to drift around all the trees.
he did not.
Ah, no, he didn't.
He was stuck
Car has a
between two.
filter light.
I forgot. Think put the follow. What did it do? Oh God! Did it blink? Did I miss it? The light should have blinked. I'm still trying to get that stuff good figured out. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the tribe, my friend. How are you doing today? Instead, it should have either it's blinking and I'm not seeing it. Evie, thank you for the host. How are you doing this morning?
Alright, I'll be back.
All right, so if the purple is hosting or the purple host is or if it is blinking for the host, it's blinking purple and it may not be enough for me to see it, even though it should. I'm gonna have to move that light so I can see. Yeah, so right now I have all the lights behind me. I'm going to move some up here so I can actually get a visual indication myself. Yeah, especially with it all being purple, it's hard for me to notice it. I may need to change some colors and ideas. And I don't want it to be too distracting, but I want to be distracting enough. I want it to be a little distracting. Someone had this card delivered to me. Yeah, if you're seeing a theme with my paint jobs, there's a reason. I've actually gone through a lot of these cars, just made designs. Just generally having some fun. I don't know, having this thing flying down the road at 150 miles an hour at you would be a fun day.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right.
Just throw my weight around.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. In 200 yards, turn right.
That stop sign in particular.
Turn left. 400 yards. Turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
Can't flat spin that. Oh, camera in the dirt, maybe. Flat spin the semi truck on the dirt. Too much grip on the beam. Oh. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna take off a little bit early today. Uh, I'm not having a lot of fun with Forza right now. I don't think Pete is either. So we'll just shut down a little bit early today. We are going to regroup, try to come up with a better plan, and see what we can have going on here shortly. Looks like not really a lot of people up to streaming today. So we'll just let Twitch do what Twitch does, and we will talk to you guys soon. I'll be safe. Talk to y'all later.